Thank you for joining. In this presentation, we are going to review the settings and configurations of the ZeroPro platform. Traders want to receive the best trading experience, and ZeroPro delivers with reliable executions, advanced charting package, hotkey configurations, and ability to trade options. Let's take a look at some of the platform's features. Here in the upper left-hand corner, you can navigate to the main toolbar. You see that we have Level 2, ProCharts, Time and Sales, Watch List, News, Portfolio, Options, Top 10 List, Symbol Search, Hotkeys. Let's take a quick look here at Options. Let's take a quick look here at the market depth window. So here we have our level 2 data. On top here we have our level 1 best bid, best offer information. And then this is your order preference screen. So for instance, if I want to make a trade, currently right now I have 200 shares of KEYS. So if I want to sell 100 shares, I just change the quantity to 100. And then if I see a level here that I'm interested in, I can just click on a price level, and that price level is going to show right here. So 99.69. If I click sell, you'll see that I have an order for 100 shares for 99.69. So it's going to be first here on the list. This is your open orders of the portfolio manager. Here you have the portfolio manager. It's your open orders, and then right here we have our open positions. So we can see that if we go to any of these fields here, any of these columns, we can sort. So I can see what positions are doing the best. I can also check and see what stocks that I'm short, or which ones I have the greatest exposure to. The ZeroPro platform gives traders the advantage of finding out what's going on Wall Street. Just type in a symbol and then click on a story. You can see here that we get the latest news here from Benzinga, and we're following KEYS here, so let's see, take a quick look. And here we can see our story on KEYS, Keysight Technologies. Keysight Technologies, it's up over 11%. After the company reported better than expected Q3 results. The company also issued Q4 guidance above analyst estimates. So you can see here that on our chart, this is one of our positions. You see that it's in a bullish configuration above the averages and also above VWAP. So a great opportunity to do research on the platform. You also have a feature here if you want to search by keyword. We have analyst ratings, analyst color, contracts, commodities. We got the Eurozone, earnings, futures, FDA, downgrades. So you can see that there's an extensive list here for traders who are interested in researching their positions. It's a great opportunity on the ZeroPro platform to keep one step ahead of the market by following the latest news articles, headlines, and stories. Okay, now let's take a quick look here at our charts. ZeroPro gives traders a really great deal with the advanced charting package. We're going to expand this chart and take a quick look at the different indicators that we can use. So currently on this chart we have volume, and let's just say, for example, we want to change this. Just double click on it, and that's if I want to change it back to its color to indicate buy and sell volume. We can just click on the indicator itself, go to the chart properties, right? We can change the color. Okay, so again, ZeroPro gives traders all the tools necessary to develop their platform, to make it stand out, to make it exclusive, and to distinguish certain indicators over another. So let's check out the VWAP here. You can see that I have it set up a little different. I changed the color to white. You can change it to any color that you wish. And then I have it set up as dash, but you can set it up as dash dot. And then you can also change the pen weight. So you can see now it's very distinguished. Again, you know, if you want to experiment with the colors, change it something that stands out to you. I think that white looks really great for VWAP. For some reason, white I always remember as being VWAP as a trader. But feel free to experiment with what colors that you wish. You want to check out green, see what green looks like. We can also use this color assistant tool here, and if we want to use this color here, green, and there we go. You can also see that we can change, again, the pen style. If you want to try, I think dash looks really good, but if you want to try small dots, you can. Let's just change it back to dash. And there you go. So just double click on the chart window and it's going to bring up your chart properties. But these are all the studies I currently have available here. So if I want to add another indicator, just right click, go to indicator. If we want to add a MACD, add the MACD. If you do moving average 1, it's just going to add 1 line. If you do 3, it's going to add 3 lines. And it's going to group them together. So you can see here we have our 3 averages. And then if you want to change any of the properties here on the averages, you can change this. You have the different averages here. We have simple, weighted, exponential, and you can also change the period. So we have our 1, 2, 3. You can see that they're color coordinated. All right, let's take a look and see if there's any other indicators here that we want to use. The platform, again, gives traders the ability to customize it to their liking. Here we have the RSI. And RSI is a great indicator to show overbought, oversold conditions. So we can see that the indicator right here on the RSI, we have the RSI reading of 84. Normally anything below 20 is oversold, and then anything above 70 is overbought. So we have KEYS here on good news, keeping the RSI above that, it's overbought. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a sell. Just all it represents is the state of the stock, what it's currently in. All right, let's check out to see if there's anything else here that's useful for traders. You have the Bollinger Bands, and the Bollinger Bands look very nice as well. And again, if you want to change any of the properties, just click on the specific study, double click on it. It's going to bring up the window for you to go to that particular study and then make changes as far as the period, pen style. Also, you can change color, etc. Also, on the platform, you have the ability to draw horizontal lines, ray lines, extended lines. You also have retracements. So let's take a quick look here at a line. See that we can draw a line on the chart. Also, there's a really great feature here for traders that want to follow what trades they're in, and it's going to indicate on the chart with an arrow where your entries and exits are. So if we double click on here on the chart window, currently I have these settings disabled, but if I want to show orders, I can click true. If I want to show in positions shaded, that means that if I have an open position, it's going to remain shaded. If I want to show trades tick size, I have that setting for small, medium, and large. If I want to show trade style, you can use ticks only, ticks and arrows, ticks, arrows, and text. And then we have the opportunity to have grid lines. We can remove grid lines if we wish. We also have the ability to remove the scroll bar. And then another feature here is that bar margins to the right. So if I want to have a margin here, so when I draw trend lines, it's going to give you some a margin here to the right. So it's kind of useful when you want to make changes and look at stocks at in different perspectives here. So you can see here's the indication when I bought KEYS, indicated with an arrow on the left of the candle. And here you can see some sell orders that we've had, indicated by the red arrow. And again, if I still had a position, this area would be gray. Since I don't have a position, now we're back to the normal chart here, indicated in black. Another feature traders have is the ability to not only draw lines, horizontal lines, but retracement levels. So if we want to look at a low to high, for example, here we can see the retracement levels. You can see right here is the 50% retracement level. Again, if we're not interested in using an indicator, we can just simply click on that, delete it, and it's going to delete the indicator. So again, TradeZero gives traders the edge they need to successfully navigate the market with advanced charting features and indicators. The high and low ticker is a streaming ticker that allows users to watch stocks that are hitting both day high and low, as well as 52-week high and low. The information scrolls from top to bottom with the latest info populating at the top of the screen and scrolls downward as updates occur. All updates are color-coded. The legend is as follows. Stocks at a day high are listed in green font. Stocks at day low are listed in red font. Stocks that are hitting 52-week highs are shown with a green background and black font. Stocks that are at a 52-week low are shown with a red background and black font. So we can take a quick look here and see that we do have a 52-week high right here on target. Okay, and then you can see that if we scroll down here, we can see some stocks here. If we double click here on the stock, it's going to update in the market depth window and also on the chart. Right? If I right click and go to preferences, you can see here's the high and low ticker properties, and then we have this sorted by price so that we're not going to see any stocks trading above $200. We also have the volume filter set for 2 million. So we're only going to see stocks that are trading 2 million shares or greater. Let's take a quick look here at the top 10 list. The top 10 list is very useful to finding stocks. So if you're interested, depending on what type of trader you are, you can find stocks by most active, percent change up, percent change down, net change up, net change down, and we have the different exchanges here. We have the New York Stock Exchange, and then we also have the NASDAQ Stock Exchange. So let's take a quick look here at most active. Let's see, GE is here on top of the list. It's up 1. And we can see that it's traded the most volume on the NYSE exchange. If we click on this row here, it's going to update the charts in level 2. If we go to NASDAQ net change up, NYSE change up here. We can see this is our list here of stocks that are up most for the day. As far as net change is concerned, we have Boeing followed by KEYS, Keysight, and then if we can go to the NASDAQ, we can also see NASDAQ change up. If we want to follow stocks that are making leaders as far as net change is concerned, net change down, and we have the opportunity to also sort here for price. So we can see that RTRX here is on the NASDAQ top 10 list. It's one of the higher percent net change down, and then this is also $13 price stock, so might fit your criteria for as far as being a trade, a viable trade. Another great feature for the ZeroPro platform is the ability to set up conditional orders. To set up a conditional order, go to the top left corner of the screen, click on Main Toolbar, then go to Conditional Orders, click on Conditional Orders. Here we have the order screen set up for target, and we're going to send Conditional Order 1 as a buy, and then you can change the type. If you wanted to send a limit, and then you can define the limit price. We have this for this example, we're going to send out a market order, and then our second order is going to be a sell, and we have a stop price. So we click Send Orders, and you can see that we have an open order now for 100 shares of target, and we also have our sell order set here on the top of our open order screen for a stop price of 105. If we want to see the data on the window, double click. We're going to set this to show orders. We're going to set this to show position and shaded. And then we're going to set this to show ticks and arrows. Okay, so now if we zoom in here on the chart, we can see that we have our stop order indicated here on the orange line. We have our trade indicated with the arrow and tick. So the tick on the left indicates buy, and then this is also the side here. So another great advantage of using the ZeroPro platform, ProCharts gives traders all the tools they need to be able to keep informed as far as what their positions are doing. Here again, you can see that it's indicated in gray, showing that we have an open position. As soon as we close out of this position, this will turn back to normal chart preference. If we want to change the order, we can click Cancel. And readjust our stop price. If we want to set this to a range, we're going to go to Type, Order Type here. We're going to select Range. And then we're going to make a calculation as far as where do we want to place our stop, and then where do we want to place our profit target. So we can see here that TGT target is making a new high. It's about to break out of its intraday high here. So we're going to adjust our profit target here to 107, and then our stop loss being the low of the day. 103.50. You can see now that we have our stop order and then our limit order to sell. If we want to remove the indications from the chart, just simply double click. And change show orders to false. Another opportunity to follow stocks is to set alarm limits. So all you have to do is go to your watch list, go to set alarm limit, and here we have McDonald's. So it's trading at last price is $2.19. If we want to see the stock drop to $2.18 or break out of $2.20, we just set our limits, click apply. So if you want to set an alarm limit for a stock, just select the row. Make sure that you have the row selected. Then you're going to right click, go to set alarm limits. Okay, from there you're going to enter your high limit, your low limit. Once you have that set up, all you need to do is add the column. Right click, go to preferences. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add these two new columns. We're going to add alarm high and alarm low. Okay, so now you see we have some already set here. So these are your alarm high and this is your alarm low limits. And so basically all you have to do is go look at the stock and decide, I like to see the stock when it comes into a certain level of support. You might want to just go to your watch list, select that stock, and then set your alarm limits. ZeroPro also gives the trader the opportunity to open and save multiple layouts. So let's switch our layout. Go to the top left-hand corner of the screen, click the circle icon, then we're going to open up our MultiChart Layout. Select from the screen. Now you can see that we have our 6-chart layout. And this is very convenient for traders in the morning especially. I like to set up 6 charts so I can see what's going on pre-market or even after hours and follow some of the stocks that report earnings. So in the upper section of the chart here you have all sessions and you can see that we're watching the S&P here. So if I uncheck this box, we're only going to see the current trading session. Since I have a position here on S&P, on the SPY, it's highlighted in gray. So again, if you want to change that, just going to go to chart properties and we're going to unselect show orders and show position shaded here. All right. And now if we want to see the after hour session, we can see the after hour session. So it makes it very convenient for traders. Again, you can open up multiple charts. You can save multiple layouts on the ZeroPro platform. All right, we're going to take a quick look here at the hotkeys. We go to the hotkeys on the main toolbar. All right, so there are about 6 different type of orders, hotkeys that you can create that can be used for trading on the ZeroPro platform. The combination of setting up all the hotkeys will allow for complete trading using the keyboard. So pretty much here we have setup or send order. This is going to be your main one here for setting up your hotkeys, and we can see that we already have some hotkeys here on our list. So this is going to, when you change your hotkey, you can see that it's going to change here the criteria. And so we're going to take a look at this market buy. What's the main difference? Well, the main difference is you have the ability to send an order, auto send an order, or load an order. So in theory, the way it works is if I have this order right here, I have it set for a buy, and then I leave the quantity type for no change. I have the option to set shares or have no change or position. So pretty much basically, if you leave auto send disabled, you're going to have the opportunity when you hit your hotkey, when I press Control M, all right, it's going to send out market buy order, but it's going to ask me if it's going to pretty much default to the order preference screen. So I have the opportunity to make some changes, but it's going to load it as a buy. And then I have the opportunity to change the quantity type. All right, if I click as auto send, and then I change it to shares, as soon as I hit my hotkey, it's going out as a market buy for 1,000 shares. It's going to go immediately into and get filled. You're going to get an execution right away. All right, so you got to be careful using the auto send feature here. I encourage everyone to use prompt for confirmation or double check your order to make sure that you have the information correct. So if you have this set for 1,000 shares and you have this auto send disabled, your order preference screen is going to, when you hit your hotkey, it's going to default to 1,000 shares. And so that you have the opportunity using the number pad to change that to 500 to 200, etc. All right, so that's pretty much the main difference between, that's the concept for using your hotkeys. You're going to have different order types that you can use. So you have limit order, stop order, and you can set up your stop orders. You can set up your stop order with let's say for example, if you want to send it a 50-cent offset, meaning that you can, if you're in your position, once you enter your position and you have your offset set at 50 cents, that means that you can just enter a position and then hit your hotkey for your market to protect your position, and then it's going to send out a market order. If you change this to sell, it's going to basically send a market order to sell. Whatever, you can have it set for no change. You can have it set for position. So if you have a 200 share position, it's going to send out an order for 200 shares to sell that position. And that's pretty much the basics of the hotkey. You also have auto liquidate. If you go to all order actions, liquidate. If you go to liquidate, you can set up to sell 100% of your position. You can sell 50% of your portfolio, the positions that you have in your portfolio. So that pretty much wraps up this overview. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to drop us a line and let us know if you have any questions. We'll be available to answer your questions as soon as possible. Thanks again for watching. Hope you have a great day.